What is up, good peoples? What is up, good peoples? How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for checking out this video. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It is your boy, Big L PhD. Big L PhD. Thank you so much for checking this out. Listen, the podcast is growing exponentially. I really, really appreciate it. To the new listeners, to the new subscribers, thank you so much. I could not do this without you. I really mean that. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure that you hit that rate button. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, right? Still counts. Do something, right? Some kind of action stuff. Let me get into it. So I know I need to finish off the socially awkward male, and I'm going to get to that, but I just had another thought. I'll definitely try to do, I won't say definitely, but I'll try to get to the socially awkward male for the next video, so stay tuned for that. I do want to finish that off. But today I want to talk about laying foundations, and this is really, part of the process here about, why they're socially awkward and what they can do to get over it. And I want to help everyone get over, what they're dealing with. And the biggest thing is, building strong foundations. You gotta have a strong foundation, right? Nothing else is going to matter, right? Not to get biblical, although I do have a very, very strong Christian background. It is, Jesus had talked about building your house upon sand and building one who built their house upon the rock. Storms came and all this kind of stuff, and those whose house was built upon the rock were able to sustain the storm versus the person who built it on the sand. Listen, it's a strong indicator, and it's very, very true. You gotta have strong foundations. And the problem is that we have not been given strong foundations. So I'm going to put up a screenshot of something I saw the other day, where it talks about, and I'm driving right now, so I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but it talks about not the things that we can't fix the things that have happened, but we can start today and make sure that our future is better. We can make sure our future is brighter and better, and that our end is better than our beginning. And that's what we have to do. And just because you had a rough childhood, a rough start, a rough go of it, lived in poverty, abusive parents, absent parents, were somehow touched by a trusting father figure or even a mother figure. Now we know many boys are touched by female aunts and cousins and all that, right? That's where many of them get their first sexual experiences from. So just because you had this traumatic beginnings doesn't mean that your current foundation, which may be a little rough, can't be built up. So I already started off with the Christian proverb or biblical speak there, but I want to continue with that. The foundation should be some type of spiritual awareness or awakening. Now I'm counting meditation. I'm counting times of reflection. I'm counting religion. I'm counting whatever you want to call that. Going outside, meditating, looking at the stars, contemplating the meaning of life. Whether you read or just take 10, 15 minutes, just self-reflection, meditation, centering yourself, whatever that means, yoga, whatever that means, do something to feed, quote unquote, the inner you, the inner self, the inner man, the soul, the spirit, whatever you believe in, your psyche, chakra. I don't know all this different stuff. I personally am not into that, but I do take time to reflect. And I go for a ride, go for a drive, go for a walk. And those things, really get the endorphins going. It really help you to center yourself, focus, and refocus, and learn about where you're going. So that's one of the biggest things you can do to work on your foundation. Next thing is something that I've talked about numerous times. I'm going to continue to talk about it because it's an issue. It's an issue within particularly the Black community, and it's an issue here in America, and that is overall health and wellness. Right, going to the doctor, getting your blood checked, blood pressure checked, prostate checked, mammaries checked, getting all that stuff checked as best you can. Along that line is changing your diet. More fruits and vegetables. I myself try to do the whole food plant-based diet / vegan style. You don't have to do that, but countless research, journals, articles talk about the more fruits and vegetables that you eat, the better you'll be. And if you eat right, we won't need to do all this detoxing and all this other stuff that you see on the stuff, right? Getting rid of metals and all this stuff. I don't even know if I really buy into all that. But one of the first things you can do is try to eat an organic lifestyle, foods, etc., etc. So those are things you should do. So foundation, we're talking about foundation, building a strong foundation. First and foremost is, centering yourself, discovering who you are through spirituality, religion, etc. I like spirituality more than I like religion. I think the religion is a set of principles and practices usually orchestrated and recommended or commanded by some hierarchical authority, and I'm not a fan of that at all. I'm not a fan of that at all. But I do think that you can take some of the principles. There was the comedian Eddie Griffin said, forget about who the messenger was, whether it's Jesus, Allah, Buddha. Did you get the message, right? I think that was a profound line. Second, of course, taking care of yourself, eating right, going to the doctor, and of course exercising, right? 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, get it in, get it done, get it done. Get up early, prioritize that, right? If you get up early, if you get up an hour early, you can get your workout in, take a nice long bath, take 15, a shower, whatever. Take 15 minutes to meditate, get your coffee, get up before the rest of your family, do whatever. That may entail going to bed earlier. Also, foundational sleep, taking care of yourself. If mantra in the military, the police, so many other things is if you take care of your weapon, it will take care of you. And so, your body is a weapon. Your body is a temple. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Body, mind, and soul. Right. Next foundational principle is educate yourself. Educate yourself, right? Read every day. Read, even if it's an audio book. I know some people are dyslexic or whatever, they've got something going on. There's so many different methods now where you can get the information into your brain, get it in there, whether you're reading, listening to a podcast of educated persons, audio books, etc. Do something to educate yourself. This is all part of building a strong, healthy foundation. Next thing that you should do is watch your friends, the company you keep, and that includes family. I did something about, did another show about when your family members don't show up. Go back and watch that. Listen, all skin folk is not kinfolk. Just because they may be related by blood doesn't mean they really have your best interest. And that's anyone. Anyone who's a vampire, an energy vampire, a confidence empire, a self-esteem empire, a vampire needs to be cut off. They need to be cut off. If you're building a new foundation, you're taking your life in a new direction. You've got higher heights and deeper depths to do, to swim, to achieve, to climb. You've got goals, you've got vision and mission statements that you're establishing for yourself, and you need to cut off everyone and anyone who's not in line with that, who's dragging you down, right? High speed, low drag. You got it. That is so essential and so vital. All the other things, I don't like to rank these things, but this has got to be number one, that you've got to watch the company you keep. The energy that you put into your body, the energy that you surround yourself with, right? And listen, everybody likes family. We want to be strong with family. Family's essential, important. But if those people are diminishing your countenance, your happiness, your joy, your mission, your vision, third guess them and cut them off for your own good. Does that mean you have to call them and tell them, hey, listen, don't call me anymore? No. It just means you just, slowly back away and just kind of just keep it moving, keep pushing. See him for Christmas, see him for Thanksgiving, and that's it. You got to do what you got to do for your own mental health and mental sanity. Watching all that. Building strong foundations. Building strong foundations. Next thing is, and part of that is, as I talked about just a minute ago, is healthy vision and mission statements. Now, in the business world, right, they want to separate these, right? The vision is I can't even remember which one. I always get confused. I really should know. Short term, something real quick. This is what we want to do in the short term. Where the mission statement is the overall encompassing priority of the organization, right? This is why the mission statement is why we exist. So you need to develop that for yourself. Why are you existing? Not just because your parents fell in love one night or had a wild night in the back seat or whatever. It's because you have to develop a sense of purpose in your life. And you have to develop this sense of purpose for you. And it should be predicated upon your present situation in life. What is your present situation? Are you happy with where you are? Are you happy with what you have achieved thus far? Your marriage, your relationship, your job, your education, your social status, your social being, presence, your ability to interact with other people. You have to, man, why is this camera not where I want it to be? You have to really develop a mission statement as your overall presence in life, your overall presence. Why are you existing? Not that you exist, but what your purpose is and what you plan to do in order to benefit the organization, as I used to tease my daughter about. What is your contribution to this organization? And then you develop the mission statement. What is your short-term plan? What is your 3-month plan, your 6-month plan, your 1-year plan, your 3-year plan, and your 5-year plan, right? Plan these things out. Where do you want to be in 3 months? Where do you want to go in 6 months? How do you want to establish yourself? And what are the goals that it's going to take for you to get there? If you want to finish your education, you want to finish your bachelor's degree, what is it that's going to take for you to get there? Is it the money, the finances, the transportation? What is it going to take for you to get there? Is it that you want to be married? What is it that you want to? What is it going to take for you to get there? You got to find a spouse, a potential spouse. What is it? You want to buy a new car? You want to start a business? What is it going to take for you to get there? Those are the vision statements that you have to achieve. Put that on the list and then work backwards from there. This is what I want to do. What does it take to get there? And it's going to take time, energy, effort, and research. Time, energy, effort, and research. You have to put the time in. You have to put the energy in. That may be, whatever tangible resources you have. You have to put those towards that effort. It's going to take mental effort. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. I said it before, I'll say it again. If you are reaching your standards, reaching your bar every single time, then your bar is too low. Your bar is too low, right? You have to, if it's hard for you, then that's where you want to be, right? It ought to be an effort. It ought to be a struggle. And if it's not, then you got to reevaluate what you're doing. You got to reevaluate what you're doing and what your priorities are. Establish yourself, right? So these are just some of the things that it takes for you to establish and to reestablish yourself and to build your life upon a healthy foundation of good food, good exercise, good mental agility, acuity, purpose, focus, exercise, food, sleep, friendship, family. All of that is your foundation. You have to surround yourself with people who are inspiring to you. If you look at your friends and are not inspired, then you need new friends. If your friends aren't building businesses, if they're not completing degrees, if they're not getting their CDL, they're getting licenses and certifications, if they're not upwardly mobile in some way, then you need new friends. If you can look at your friends and not be inspired, then you need new friends. If you look at your friends, there's another saying that says, if you're the smartest one of your friends, then you need new friends. I don't know how much I would agree with that, but it's a saying that's out there. Certainly, at minimum, you ought to be surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded and who don't mind reading, who don't mind educating themselves, who don't mind having a political discussion, who don't mind having socioeconomic discussion. Don't mind having a discussion about the gender war, having a discussion about whatever it is you find to be palatable, fixing cars, lawn care, whatever it is. Find people who are upwardly mobile in that particular way. So that's it. That's what it is. Establish yourself, get a mission statement, a vision statement, determine your purpose, refocus yourself, recenter yourself, commit to changing your life, changing your self-esteem, changing your goals, your focus. Oh, don't back up, lady. Commit yourself to doing all these things. Commit yourself to doing these things. And listen, slow and steady wins the race. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to see these changes overnight, but slow and incrementally, you will see things change and things begin to happen in your life. You'll think that again, to quote the prophetic biblical standard there, right? Doors will start to be open for you, right? Things will start to change and all that kind of stuff. So slow and steady. Don't get frustrated with the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. I may do something about that. Trust the process along the way. Build your house upon the rock. Build it upon strong foundations, and watch things begin to change. Watch things begin to change. Your attitude will affect your altitude. Your attitude will affect your altitude, and you can set yourself up to be the best version of yourself. Your current state, your current mental state does not have to be your future mental state. You can achieve it. You can strive for it. You can do better. You can be upwardly mobile. You can make changes. You can establish a relationship with your father. You can establish a relationship with your mother. You can reestablish a relationship with your children. You can do it. You can get that education. You can lose the weight. You can gain the weight. You can change you can change. You can do it. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Much love and peace, everyone. Watch your foundation.